Hey folks,
Okay. Hi. Okay, so
I think Anmol
just
has already a good fan following. Yep.
okay. Anubhav, shall we start or shall we wait?
Yep, we are live. We can start. Yep.
Okay. So I'll give a introduction first. Hello everyone. I'm Anmol Virdi and I'm a third year computer science student here at NIT Jalandhar. And I was the campus facilitator for 30 days of Google Cloud program for the year of 2021. So, okay, let's just start with our session. It's on introduction to cloud computing. Okay, so let me just tell you like what all we'll be discussing in this session. Okay, so first of all, I'll give you a primary introduction regarding what is cloud and why do we need it. Okay, so then we'll talk about some top platforms which offer these services, and then we'll talk about the careers in cloud, right? Like why do we need to study this? And then we'll talk about then I'll give you a roadmap how to get started with cloud and how to hone your skills in the same, right? And then we'll talk about cloud certifications. I know certifications don't carry any value. That's what we have been told, right? And that skills over certifications, right? But I'll let you know like why cloud certifications are different from the rest in a while. Okay, and then we'll have a Q&A session in the end, and then we'll wrap it up. So moving on. Yeah, okay, so what the heck is cloud, right? Any guesses? You can like give your responses in the chat box. Like what do you think is cloud? Yeah, just another server to store some data, right? uh okay, yeah, that can be said. Any other definitions? Someone else's machine. Yeah, there's a meme too. A server in remote place that stores server. Okay, in remote place that stores data and computes something for us, right? Yeah, that's the exact definition. Okay, so moving on. I think okay, using a server to process for you. Yeah, that's okay. Using a server to process for you, right? That's all. That's a part of cloud actually, using like the computing part. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, so let's just start with a very formal definition of cloud. Okay, cloud computing is defined as the services offered through remote servers on the internet. Okay, and these services can include database storage, applications, compute power, and other IT resources over the pay as you go model. I know it's a very formal definition. So let's just talk about these services, like what all these services include. Okay, first of all, we have compute services. They include powerful processors, right? So for example, I need to train my machine learning model, and but my computer has a very low specifications that might take one whole day to train that. But I can use a cloud virtual machine or a cloud instance that's with some great specifications to do that for me in like an hour, and I'll have to pay something like 30 to 40 rupees, right? So then we have storage services. We all have heard about Google Drive, right? That's a storage service too. And then we have databases. Databases are actually, they work in the back end. Suppose like you are logging into Instagram or something else, your like your ID, your password, your personal data is stored in those databases, right? So then we have networking services. These include services that enhance the security and faster access to that particular website. Okay. So then we have some management tools that will allow you to monitor the services that are currently being used. Okay. And then we have application services. Okay, do we have any other type? I don't know. Okay, so then we have application services. It includes simple services like notifications on, like, if something goes wrong, it will notify that particular team. Okay, so I know this has like, it's a very formal definition. I'll let you know it in like simple words, simple and easy words. Okay. So, cloud computing simply means that we are using computer related services offered by a third party on a rental basis. Okay. So, like, we are using some services that can include someone else's computer or a server, and we'll have to pay the rent after a particular period of time. Okay. The examples can be using an online database. Okay, using a highly speed compute engine to train my machine learning model, like I said before, and hosting my website on a cloud based server. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, now I'll explain you this with a simple example. Okay, it's the last one. Let's just focus on the left side first. So let's just say that I have to build a website and like make it running. Okay, first of all, I'll have to, if I'm not using cloud, okay, I'll have to buy a high-end computer. I'll have to like buy some essentials that are required to build a server, and then I'll have to pay for labor cost to build that server. Okay, now I need a database too. Okay, so I'll have to buy hardware for that, and now I'll have to give some labor cost to set up that database and attach it to the server too. Okay, so that's quite costly. But now let's just say a power cut occurs. Okay, my server will go down, so there's no fun in like wasting so much money, and it's not even reliable. Okay, now on the other hand, if I'm using cloud, okay, if I'm hosting my website on a cloud server and I'm using a cloud database and attaching it to that server, so first of all, it won't cost me that much. Okay, and the second thing is, even if light goes down at my end, the cloud is still up. Okay, so this is more reliable as well as cost effective, right? So manually setting up a browser, a web server and a database would cost me around $2,000 to $3,000. Okay, but manually setting up a server on cloud would cost me like $40 to $50, right, a month. So that's more reliable and cost effective if I'm like trying to expand my business. So moving on. Yeah. Now let's talk about the benefits of cloud. Like, first of all, it's cost effective, right? So, and then it's easier to use, and it's easier to use because the tools are that are available are like easy to set up, right? And it's more reliable. Like, even if the light goes down or something else happen, like my data will be safe. And the third thing is it's more secure. Example, if I have like built that server's infrastructure on my end on a on a manually set up database, I'll have to add security features on my own. But cloud takes care its care on like I won't have to like dedicate time and effort for the for implying security issues. Okay, then the thing is availability of data, right? Then it's a very good career option. Like, I mean, that's why we are studying it, right? So moving on. Yeah. Okay. So why are we studying cloud? Right. So, okay. Just a second. Just give me a second. I think I should present it on my screen instead. Uh, just give me a second. I'll have to inform them in the backend. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, so moving on, where were we? We were on like, yeah, here. Okay, so why are we studying cloud, right? So first of all, it has a very competitive salary. Okay. The second thing is it's a very high in demand skill. And the third thing is companies are shifting from old non-portable infrastructure to cloud. Okay, so to scale up their infrastructure, they need more resources, right? They need more capital, they need more money. So for that, cloud is the most economically sane option. Okay. And the last point is cloud saved our tech world during pandemic. Okay, lockdown happened, cloud united the employees, and therefore they were able to like continue working. Okay, so yeah, this on the right side we have a graph that will explain the that how these companies have like advertised cloud computing jobs in their like the companies and their projects. Okay, so moving on. Yeah. So now let's talk about top cloud platforms. Okay. First of all, we have AWS. Okay. Then we have Azure by Microsoft. Then we have Google Cloud Platform or GCP. Then we have Oracle Cloud. Then we have Alibaba Cloud, and the last but not the least is IBM Cloud. Okay. So moving on, like now let's just focus on which cloud platforms should we like focus on. Okay. So yeah, which platforms to prefer? So first of all, we have Amazon Web Services because AWS has significantly more services and more features as compared to other cloud platforms. Okay, so yeah, it covers 32% of the market currently, and companies like Netflix, Twitch, BBC, Disney, Ubisoft are using it. Okay, so the next one is Azure by Microsoft. Okay, it's perfect for small businesses and established enterprises as well. And yeah, it covers around 90% of the market. Companies like LinkedIn, PlayStation, Sega, Providence, and Myntra are using it currently. And the third, but not the least, is Google Cloud Platform. It covers around 7% of the market, and companies like Snapchat, STC, Pizza Hut are using it. So there are some companies like HubSpot. Like if you want to pursue a career in cloud, in those companies, they will like give you more preference if you have a Google Cloud certification. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, now let's talk about careers in cloud. Okay, so first of all, we have a very broad category that's a cloud engineer. Okay, so what include it includes is any technological duties that are associated with cloud computing. So cloud engineers are actually cloud associates who take part in development, DevOps, management, monitoring, and maintenance or support, etc. Like everything, you know. So the average salary ranges from 7 LPA to 18 LPA. Okay, so moving on. Now we'll divide it into like 3 to 4 categories. First of all, we have cloud solutions architect. Okay, so who are these? They are IT specialists responsible for overall development of the design of a robust, scalable cloud platform. It's very like complicated definition, I know. Yeah, the roles include conducting architectural system evaluation, analyzing technical and business requirements, defining a procedure and process to ensure solution delivery, etc., etc. The average salary ranges from 8 LPO to 16 LPA, right? Okay, I know like what I just said. I know it's very confusing. So, in simple words, cloud solutions architect use their knowledge regarding the tools on that particular platform which the company is using. Okay, and they use that knowledge to give some solutions that are aimed at optimizing something like cost or time. Okay, so moving on. Yeah. Now we have cloud DevOps engineer. Okay, so that's my personal favorite. Okay, so let me just move back. Okay, yeah, one more thing, like I can give you some examples on the cloud solutions architect part. For example, my like a team is building a project that includes a database, but they have actually used a database of a higher price. Okay, but cloud the solutions architect, after some brief like analysis, he reports back that you can use a smaller database that will reduce cost. Okay, the other example can be suppose that I need a chatbot. For that, I have given a role to some engineers, some machine learning engineers to build a chatbot for me. Okay, so that will cost me a lot, right? The labor cost. But instead, the cloud solutions architect suggests me to use the Azure chatbot service. Okay, so that will be like much more cost effective, and all I have to do is optimize it to my needs, right? So this is the like role of a solutions architect. So now moving on to cloud DevOps engineer. Okay, so this is my personal favorite because I actually want to pursue a career in it. So what it does is DevOps engineers build, test, and maintain the infrastructure and tools to allow for speedy development and release of software. Now, what does that mean? Okay, so, in simple words, DevOps is the methodology of using some tools, some particular tools that are aimed at automating the basic tasks that occur, that are done during the software development process. So, for examples, we have a tool called Jenkins. It's used for building CI/CD pipelines. Now, I won't confuse you by explaining what a CI/CD pipeline is. Okay, so let's just say I have a project built on project on a GitHub repository. Okay, I have my project built somewhere. So I have finalized it and I have deployed it to a platform like Heroku or something else, or a cloud platform. Okay, so now let's just say I have to I have to change something in that code. Okay, so that it reflects upon the website. So if I have implemented a CI/CD pipeline, what it will do is I have done those changes in my project files. I have pushed it into the repository where that project is lying. Now I'll just have to wait and it will automatically rebuild and redeploy the new website on the server. Okay. The other example can be Docker, a tool called Docker. Okay, so it's used for building containers. Most of you have heard about virtual machines, right? I guess you have. Containers is something similar, but it's a lightweight version. Okay, so let's just say I have built a project on my computer and I have sent it to the testing team to test it. So that project was working on my computer, but it didn't work on their computer. They're complaining that what the hell did you do? Okay, so the reason for that is my computer has some particular versions of dependencies. Like, let's just say I had Python 2.3 and they have Python 3.5 or something like that. Okay, so to solve that issue, why not build that project in a common environment? Okay, so I'll use a container and build my project in that container along with the dependencies, and now I'll create an image out of it. Now, what an image is, it is a transferable blueprint. Okay, so I'll transfer that to the testing team, and now they will like uh, create an instance out of that blueprint. They'll create a container and now it will work on their computer as well. Okay, so this is what these are like some roles in a cloud DevOps engineer. So the average salary ranges from 5 LPA to 20 LPA. Okay, so okay, moving on. Now we have cloud system engineer or a cloud administrator. Okay, so what cloud admins do is they manage the instances or the virtual machines that are currently being used by the company. Okay, they configure these virtual machines or for effective working of customers' applications that are being used on those servers. We can say that cloud administrator or system engineers are cloud associates that use their expertise to build solutions for the services that the company is currently using. Okay, so the roles include designing and deployment of cloud solutions, migrating of existing systems to the new cloud solution. For example, my project was built on Google Cloud platform, and now my company wants to shift it to Azure. Okay, so what cloud system administrators will do, they will configure those virtual machines beforehand before migrating all the stuff from here to there. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, now let's talk about the roadmap to get started with cloud. Okay, so the cloud platforms have actually provided abundant learning material on their platforms itself. Okay, we have docs.microsoft, aws.training, and quick labs, etc. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to create a free tier account and follow the content provided by these service providers. So using cloud services or tools in your personal projects would additionally boost up your familiarity with cloud. Okay, there are thousands of tutorials available on YouTube. So you'll have to prepare for cloud certification exams offered by most of the cloud service providers. And the syllabus for these exams is almost similar to the overall knowledge required while working in a company. Okay, so yeah, so why are we talking about certification exams here? Yeah, like we have always been told that skills matter, certifications don't. Yeah, so I'll give you a reason, okay, why these certifications matter. So, like as students, right, when we are interviewing for an intern role or a job role, for we have our personal projects as a part of our experience. Okay, that can be some web development projects, some machine learning projects to like elaborate and show it. Yeah, but if you are applying for a role in the cloud industry, right? So you can't like you don't have projects on cloud. I mean, like, will you build a whole infrastructure or will you use a CI/CD pipeline if you don't have an ongoing project, right? So these certifications will act as a part of your experience while applying for these roles. Okay, so let's talk about steps to like prepare for these certifications. Okay, so step one is pick a cloud platform. Okay, preferably AWS because it has more like most of it's the major. It has most of the market right now. Okay, then we have Azure or GCP. Okay, and then like clear the foundation level exam of that particular platform. Okay, that's the like it the foundational exams will cover the basics that you have all the knowledge about cloud as well as the tools available on that particular platform. So then pick a career track that you want to become a solutions architect. Then you have some different set of certification exams to prepare for. And like if you want to become a DevOps engineer, then there are different. For example, for DevOps track, you'll have to go through a foundational course. Then you'll have to go through cloud developer, and then there's a third certification called the cloud DevOps professional. Okay. So moving on. Okay. Now prepare for the exams in that particular track, right? So then increase your level in the track gradually. Okay, so moving on. Now let's talk about AWS certifications. First of all, we have it's divided into three levels. Actually, all of these certifications, AWS, GCP, and Azure, are divided into 2 to 3 levels here. So first of all, we have level basic, AWS certified cloud practitioner. So this covers your if you like want to clear this exam, you should have complete knowledge regarding cloud computing as well as the tools and services available on on AWS. Okay. Then we have developer associate, sysops administrator, and solutions architect. Okay, so now if I'm aiming for the role of solutions architect in a company, what track I should follow is cloud practitioner, then solutions architect associate, and then solutions architect professional. Okay, so if I want to become a cloud developer, I'll have to follow cloud practitioner, developer associate, and it's done. Okay, so and so on. So basic level certifications are actually easy to crack. Medium level certifications are required when you are aiming for a job role as a fresher. Okay, so if you are aiming for a DevOps role, you should have, if you have this SysOp Administrator Associate certification, that will be more valuable. Okay, and these professional certifications are for those who are actually like working in the industry, like who want to change the company or something like that. Okay, then AWS also like offers some specialities, and these are some these are some bonus certification exams which will help you if you are aspiring to get a job in a particular role. For example, you want you are in a company that uses AWS, and your role is a database engineer. So this exams database speciality would actually help you. Okay, if you are a machine learning engineer and your company uses AWS, then machine learning specialty would do the honors. Okay, so and so on. So moving on. Yeah, these are the tracks for if you are like aiming for a particular role. Okay, so these are all these tracks are available at a website called cloudguru.com. You can refer it. So moving on. Yeah. Now we have Azure certifications. Okay. So the fundamental exam, it's similar. It will like cover the basics of cloud as well as the tools available on Azure. Then we have beginner level exams that are Azure Administrator Associate and Azure Developer Associate. Okay, so Azure Administrator Associate would include all the, for like cracking these exams, you'll have to know the basic cloud skills. Okay, and with these examinations, you will be recognized for roles which require both SDE and cloud expertise. Okay, now moving on to the expert level certifications, we have Azure's Solution Architect Expert. So this is one of the most difficult exams. Okay, you should have all the expert skills in Azure administration as well as Azure development and DevOps. Okay, so then the second one we have is Azure DevOps Engineer Expert. Okay, so like as usual, you'll have to know all the DevOps tools available on Azure platform. Okay, so just like others, Azure also offers some specialities. Okay, so for example, if you are interested in IoT, right? So the last one, the sixth exam, Microsoft Certified Azure IoT Developer, that will help you gain more insights. Okay, so now let's move on to GCP certifications, right? So it has three levels. The first one is foundational. Okay, that is cloud engine. Let me just see it again. Yeah, it's just okay. My screen is lagging a bit. Yeah, okay. So the first one is GCP certified cloud engineer, foundational. Okay, so it will include all the basics of cloud and the tools available on GCP. Then we have associate level certifications. Okay, so what a cloud it is actually GCP certified cloud engineer associate. Okay, so what it will include is it will test you on the ability to find and implement solutions on GCP. Okay, then we have professional level certifications. First, we have cloud certified DevOps engineer. Then we have cloud architect. So what a cloud architect will do is it will create he or she will create infrastructure for a company or a project. Okay, so then we have a cloud developer. Okay, cloud developer professional the roles include building, testing, monitoring applications and increasing their availability. So all the content is available on all the content regarding these examinations are available on their cloud platforms itself. Okay, so again, GCP also provides some specialities. Okay, there's GCP certified data engineer and GCP certified machine learning engineer. Now, data engineering was the fastest growing job in 2019, and it's for those who want to integrate cloud's assistance with their solutions based on machine learning, right? So what they do is they collect and manage raw data from different sources, and they convert it into usable form so that data scientists can use it. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so now we have an optional certification, that's Linux certification. So Linux is the most widely used operating system when it comes to cloud. Okay, so the reasons for using Linux is that the most of the Linux distributions are free. Okay, so distributions are actually Linux has some many versions like Debian and Fedora. Okay, so there's this certification exam offered by Red Hat. It's called Red Hat Certified System Administrator. So it's very costly. The cost of this exam is actually 16,500 excluding the taxes. Okay, so one point here, all of these certification exams range from around 3,600 to as much as 16,000. Okay, so these all of these exams are quite costly, right? So moving on. Yeah. Okay. Now, do you think that the exam fees for all of these exams is quite high? Like, who will give as a student? Why will you give 16,000 for just a certification, right? So, one thing is people actually go for these exams after getting jobs. Okay, like when they want to shift a job role and when they expect an increase in their salary or for changing companies. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to achieve the attempt these exams and achieve these certifications. What you can do is follow that skills over certifications approach. Okay, cover the syllabus for these exams as a part of your preparation. Okay, So now I think this point is clear. Okay. So yeah, that's all. Okay. So we are open to questions now. Like you guys can ask your doubts in the live chat. Okay. Let me just. Yeah, we are open to questions. Okay. Can certification in one or two cloud services let me work as a cloud engineer for someone else's cloud service job? Can certification exam in one or two cloud services? Prashant, actually, like, if you are like, you should like pick one track. For example, if you have certifications for Azure, okay, if you have basic certification as well as the developer level certification, they'll consider you for they'll consider that you do have a knowledge of cloud, and like even if the company uses some other cloud platform, they will like prefer you. Okay, sir, how much for AWS cost for? I think they cost around 3,600 to around 4,500. How can I have my own cloud service platform not associated with Google or Microsoft? Anupam, I don't understand. How can I have my own cloud service platform? Yeah, yeah, okay. Now I get it. Dhruv says, so what skills do we need to develop to work in cloud technology? You'll first of all you'll have to develop some basics in networking, some basics in like you should have knowledge of Linux, knowledge of operating systems, and then you can shift to like learning the basics of cloud. There are a lot of tools available on cloud. You should have in-depth knowledge regarding how to use them, how to set up virtual machines, how to use load balancers and stuff. Okay, so there's a lot to start. Like this was an introductory session. I won't be like giving tutorials on cloud. We can like plan them later on. Okay, so do we have any other doubts here? Is AWS certificate is best from others? Yeah, definitely. I mean, like AWS has like most of the market is with AWS. Yeah, so preparing for AWS certifications would definitely like be a right decision. But there are companies that will prefer that particular cloud platform. For example, there's a company called HubSpot. It uses it like it will like prefer you only if you have GCP certifications. So, how much ideal time one has to give in getting a command on cloud computing? Just like any other tech, if you are like preparing for web development, you need to devote around 3 to 4 months. Yeah, but if you are like preparing for a cloud certification exam, I think 6 months would be like sufficient to like have like a great knowledge. Okay, so what is the future of cloud services? Prashant, like I said, when lockdown happened, every company like suffered from terrible like companies suffered terrible losses, right? But cloud showed up and like it saved the companies. Like they were able to access their machines in the office from their homes. Okay, that was like due to cloud. Okay, so when you're like I'll give you an example. When you're visiting a website, let's just say your result showed up and like thousands and thousands of people are like rushing to the website to like view the results, but the site crashes. Okay, so if like we actually need more efficient cloud developers to handle that situations. So cloud definitely has a bright future ahead. Okay, so okay, so what skills do I need to become a DevOps engineer? Sir, sir, you are the one, you are the inspiration for me. Like, it's due to you that I started DevOps. Uh, how do you think cloud computing be a part of innovations and research in computer science? Okay, so if like for some people who are actually like using low end computers, okay, they need to like let's just say I'm a machine learning engineer. Okay, I need to train my models, but my computer is very slow. Okay, so I can use cloud services or ML models to do that. Okay, let's just say that there's a okay. I built I was working on a project that's the function of that project was to scrape some information from all the different news websites, okay, and then create something meaningful out of it. Now I cannot use my computer 24/7 to do that, okay, so I'm using ML models that are available online. Okay, so do we have any other doubts? I think Anubhav has joined. Yeah.
Yep. So cloud is really growing really fast. There's a new domain called cloud gaming, right? Like I do not have a good dedicated GPU for gaming, but I want to game something, right? I'll just hire a computer in cloud and do virtual gaming, right? There are the multiple domains that we can uh, can I get internship with skills in cloud? So, hey Amritpreet, so as usual, the cloud thing is relatively not that open to internships and stuff from the freshers because cloud thing is of a great responsibility, right? So you are handling the core of a company. If you do a mistake, the whole company can collapse. So that's why there are pretty much low chances of getting an internship, but there are good job roles. Like I personally know some job openings offering around 1.2 crores per year. Like sit at your home, do remote work, and earn in crores. So that's what cloud is all about. Also, like if you are a good developer, if you are a backend or a web developer, so you will need some knowledge of DevOps. You will need to have some knowledge or into management of pipelines and stuff. So DevOps is an essential skill that should be with everyone in their bucket in order to uh, outpace others in the job hunt, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Okay, do we have any other doubts?
Yep. So I think we are good to go.
Okay, yeah. I think we
Yep.
should wrap it
Thank,
up now.
thank you,
Yeah.
folks.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
take care. So our next session will be on 5th and 6th of February, and it will be based on IoT. So we'll be doing some cool stuff, hands-on demonstrations and stuff, and we'll show how you can. Oh yeah. So we'll show how you can control the things in your in your physical world using code. So we'll be building something practical and showing it to you. And also we have a giveaway in the cloud session in the IoT session. We'll be sending out swags and hardware to the winners. So there will be an ideation round. We'll give you a week to come up with ideas, and the one who gets the best idea and that is feasible, of course. So you can't think of like making Jarvis out of thin air. So if you have a good idea and you submit just an idea, either in a doc format or in any particular format that you like, just write an idea and just submit it, and we'll send you hardware and stuff. So that will be a good and fun event, right? So stay tuned
Yeah.
and just do look at hackathon. The registrations are open. So
Okay,
Hackmole.
I think there's a doubt as well from Dhruv. So the first skill to learn to be in cloud tech is to learn WebD. No, actually, cloud and WebD are different. They go hand in hand, while when you're building projects, but they are different. You can start cloud out of scratch, and you can start WebD out of scratch. Yeah, they are different.
So, like, I am making a website. So the website is working on my computer, but the website should be accessible to all of you. So how can I do that? So I'll need a server that is deploying the website to the open public, right? So if I do it using my particular laptop, then the website, whenever I close my laptop or is there a power outrage or my internet is not working, the website will be down, right? So that's why we deploy the website on cloud in such a way that whenever if there is some issue, the cloud service provider has their huge infrastructure to back up that and to adjust for power failures or any kind of failure. So if you can show some data center photographs, Anmol, like on your screen,
Uh,
how cloud looks like on Earth. Yep,
okay, let me just present my screen then.
yep. So that's what cloud is.
Okay,
Um,
just a second. I'll have to. I'll just show you an ongoing project that I'm looking at. second.
Also, DSC hosts Google 30 days of Google Cloud twice a year, and Mol is the facilitator for that, where we teach you cloud. You get some credits in Google, like you get $600 worth of credits, and you just have to spend those credits and do some labs. There are tasks like you have to deploy a server, or you have to do some scaling on the servers and stuff. And after that, you get obviously receive some swags like a bag, a water bottle, kettles, and T-shirts and stickers,
Okay.
of course. Yep.
Okay, so this is what a cloud, like the cloud platform actually looks like. It's an ongoing project. Okay, so like it's very easy to access, right? So like, what is the traffic count? Like, what are the number of API requests on my website, right? So like to view everything, like we have like our admins like who are working on that project on a separate tab. Okay, we have our app engine. Just wait, just wait. Okay, so these are the admins who are working on that project. Okay, and then like we have the versions of that particular project that we are preparing. Sorry, okay, let me refresh it. Yeah, so these are the versions of that particular website that like that is being uploaded. Okay, so you'll be able to, I think it won't be clear, but yeah, this deployment was done by a CI/CD agent. Okay, so this was done by like a CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so that's what a project in GCP looks like. So okay, I'll just stop sharing my screen. Okay, yeah,
Sure, folks. Like we are good to go now. If you
fine.
have any doubts, you can just shoot at Discord or mail at dsc@nitj.ac.in. Let me put it in chat box. And thank you, folks. Thanks for joining. Yep. Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
okay.
Thank you. Bye.